Yeah, good evening here. I'm live at the Chess Crosbie's headquarters here, where we currently have some results coming in. It's results from special ballots. It looked like it was Ethel with 86, Crosbie with 72, and Neil in the NDP with 13. So percentage-wise for parliamenters, we have 50.29%, where we have Chess Crosbie with 42%, and we have Neil with 7.6%. The polls have been closed for nearly 10-12 minutes here now, and we're live at the Chess Crosbie headquarters on Major Stat, and we're waiting for the first poll to come in, other than we have polls coming in from the special ballots that were done earlier. Hello, Burn Mike, Ken Martin here. Packed house, packed jam house here with ministers, former ministers, all I think pretty well the MHAs. See David Brassels there, leader of the house, are waiting for John Crosbie as well as his wife Jane to come as well. The former Premier Paul Davis is here, Kevin Parsons, Pete Huthings. We have, to my right there, we have Judy Manning is there, and the number of the Manning there as well. And we have Tony Wakeham is here as well. So Tony, big cheer for Tony Wakeham there. Tony is here. He was working along with Chess Crosbie's campaign as well. Former MHA Glenn Littlejohn is there as well. So we have a full house. We have tremendous support here for I guess Chess Crosbie, as well as hopefully a rejuvenated Progressive Conservative Party with our new leader probably going and hopefully going into the House of Assembly. Yes. Yes. We are like yourself here tonight. We are tuning in. We are waiting for the results coming in as well. The projected figures for, I guess, turnout would roughly somewhere would be about 40%. Anyway, we do have some numbers in. And our first numbers are 42, 42. That would be for Ethel 42, Crosbie 42, and Neil with 14. That is in full 14. We have all media here, NTV here, CBC here, VOCM are here, and I would think possibly the Telegram will be here as well.
Somewhere.
Telegram's here.
Okay, we have the Telegram.
AlderFlatLabrador.com.
Again, we see the special ballots on the monitor here. We're seeing Ethel with 128 at 47%. We see Crosbie with 114 at 42%. And we see Neil with 27 votes at 10%. Total number of votes cast showing at this point is 269. Polls left to return, we have 36. And I'd like to welcome the viewers that are tuning into this live cast from Newfoundland and Labrador in the district of Windsor Lake that are tuning in right from British Columbia on into Alberta, into the Prairie Province, into central Canada, into Quebec and Ontario, and into Atlantic Canada, where we have politicians of all stripes as well as Newfoundland and Labradorians that are tuning in and anxiously watching this broadcast live stream here from the by-election here at Windsor Lake.
So that'll tell you right there just how close the results are at this point. 2 polls in right now, 36 left to go. About 60 people here at the headquarters, and there's a lot of excitement. Party atmosphere here for sure. He's seen party members that may be familiar to
Okay, we have another number coming in from poll 6, where we have Paul Apple showing at 7. We have Jane Crosbie showing at 17, and we have Neil at 10. That's poll 6. Again, for those of you who are tuning in late here, I'm live at the Crosbie's headquarters on Major's Pat, where we have the by-election in the district of Windsor Lake, and it is, I guess, an election that is holding a lot of interest. Not a lot of numbers showing yet. Poll 14 again. It was sawed right off, 42-42 for Antle and Crosbie, with Neil with 14. While in poll 6 it was 7 for Antle, 17 for Jane Crosbie, and Neil with 10. We have again the special ballots are getting very close over there right now. We're having Antle with 135, Crosbie 131, and Neil with 37. So practically it's just a little over 1% difference between Antle and Crosbie.
Oh yeah.
I have asked all the viewers that are tuning in, you let me know how the reception is, how are you reading the screen here at the Jane Crosbie headquarters. Just make a thumbs up if you're reading it. Very good. Okay, thanks folks. I'm getting some good thumbs up there. All good. Thanks again. Thanks, Mike Power. Thanks, Bern. Polls have been closed at 8 o'clock. Just 2 polls showing there, poll 6 and poll 14. Thanks, Daryl.
Democracy.
And it's a very hyped by-election, NTV, CBC, Telegram, BOCM, all your major news outlets are here. And I'm just a small apple here with Gord Cast live stream.
There's no small apple.
Anyway. We have Crosbie with 39, Henry with 30, and we have Neil with 25. Very. Angela with 17 and Neil with 18. Very impressive number so far for the NDP, I may add.
We close it down.
You're doing it right, Devin?
Okay, our total right now is showing Paul Antle with 182 in second place, mind you, and Crosbie is currently with 192, followed by Neil NDP with 17 percentage. So again, we have at this present, early into the contest here, we have Ches Crosbie with 192. We have Paul Antle with 182, and we have Neil with the NDP with 80, and that totals for 17.6%. Very, very close, as is all the, I guess, political astute we have been analyzing this by-election to be.
Don't touch me. What? Don't touch me anymore.
This is possibly one election and by-election, and this with 47, and with 45, and Neil with 15. Total number here we have right now, we have 239, Paul Antle with 227, and we have Neil with 93. All right. Very, very close as everyone. Just narrowly staying in the lead. Just now, Crosbie is at 293, and we have Paul Antle with 280. Just over, what do we have there? 2%, not even 0.2% in difference, and we have 13 votes in the difference between Crosbie and Antle. Again, you are tuning in to Gord Cast, live streaming the by-election here in the district of Windsor Lake at Jane Crosbie headquarters, where Jane Crosbie is narrowly leading Paul Antlo by 13 votes, 293, 280, and Neil in third place with 113 for a percentage of 16.47%.
Yep. It's gotta be close.
Have to use that. It's a percentage. It's a nail biter. It's good so long as it bites on the right side.
Yeah, that's right.
For automatic.
Right now, and all three the results as they're here on the projection board. These are all three results come in at 80. We've got Crosby at 93, and Neil at 130. And things are trying to get a little bit of legwork as every leads elected, and that's inching forward.
Right in front of me, there are two chairs set out for John Crosbie and Mrs. Jane Crosbie, and I can assure you, you'll know when they arrive, and I'm sure you'll get a crowd, and it'll be a roar like I guess will never been heard before for some time. Where this is Chess's first crack at politics here in Newfoundland and Labrador. And you can Crosbie coming in, folks. Mr. and Mrs. Crosbie. Now, John and Jane Crosbie coming in to a flying round of applause. Okay, here we have more polls coming in here. We have Paul Antlo have taken a 6-vote lead over John Crosbie, 341, 335 for Jane Crosbie, and Neil at 139. And here we have right in the front of me, Mrs. Crosbie here. Seven, 396, 11 vote difference here, and very good numbers for the NDP candidate, 170 at 17.5% thereabouts. Here we have Mr. Crosbie, a senior, John Crosbie coming in.
Just Crosby, John Crosby, son, is now 11 votes right now. Switching back and forth.
There we have Mr. Crosbie, John Crosbie, icon of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Here we go.
We have 462, 449. 13 vote difference right now.
This is pretty close.
Very, very close, as was projected. We have 488, 14 vote difference. 474, Paul Antlo. Neil with 208. Total votes cast 1188. Polls left to report 26. Jess Crosbie now with 506 and Paul Ettle with 507. Don't ever think that your one vote don't count. Okay, we have Ettle at 520 and Crosbie at 520. With Crosbie 545, Ettle 544.
They're virtually tied right now, 5:45 for Mr.
So we have 33 polls today, and we have 34, 5, 6, and 7, which were advanced polls, as well as number 38. There's 5 advanced polls and 33 polls today. A lot of anxious people here at Jess Crosbie headquarters. The only thing I can say, it doesn't come much closer than this.
You look small, and it looks as though they're not saying that to take it. Whoa!
We now have Ettle gone ahead by 1 again. Paul Ettle representing Liberals, 650. Jess Crosbie. Okay, we have more numbers again. We have Jess Crosbie at 698 and Paul Ettle at 694. 4 vote difference.
Different times. Yeah.
Again, we have 33 polling stations today, and we had 5 advanced polls.
She's good girl. That's what she'll do. Both for her. Yes, Lansing. That's a good point.
Yeah.
You sat too many of these. I think you sat too many of these. So it's quite here.
The NDPs, they are holding up this.
4 vote difference right now. There's a little spread, but nothing to get excited about yet. Crosbie is still holding the lead. The lead is opening, I guess, narrowly, but I guess PCs here at the Jess Crosbie headquarters will take this lead here right now. Maybe the biggest lead for the night with an 81 vote spread. Again, I thank you all for tuning in to Gordcast live streaming, watching and looking at a very close race here at the Windsor Lake by-elections. We have an election that the impact will soundly go through the Liberal Party or the Progressive Conservative Party of Newfoundland and Labrador, and good respectable numbers for the NDP candidate currently at 404 at 19%. Again, we have Sept Crosbie maintaining the lead. 89.8 here for Sept Crosbie at 9:19 to 8:62. We have a 75 vote difference here now with Sept Crosbie in the lead with 16 polls remaining. We have 2,233 have voted, and we have again 75 vote difference for Sept Crosbie in the lead over Paul Antle, the Liberal representative. Here again we have 981 for Sept Crosbie, 910, so we have a 71 vote spread, and we have favor of Sept Crosbie, but his supporters are here are still very anxious and very 1158 to 1021 538. We have a 137 point spread for Sept Crosbie over Paul Antle.
Exactly equal in poll 28. Right here, look up the poll, the centers, the poll. Oh, yes, yeah. You see 27, 27, 27. All
again, NDP
is that something? It is.
looking at nearly 20%.
Yeah.
Still very close, 10 polls remaining. Could go right down to the very last poll, or if not the last. I think anything less than 100 votes or less, if I can recall. I think it's automatic. I think the recount. I'm not quite sure on that. I'll have some of the MHAs there behind me once I get the time there. Again, you're tuning into Gordcast, live streaming from the Sept Crosbie headquarters on Major's Pad, where we are looking at the votes come in, counting the votes for the district of Windsor Lake. Looking for a new MHA to replace her retired Kathy Bennett, former Minister of Finance in Newfoundland.
I thought she was 18. She was 19.
Getting down. We are down with just 10 polls left. 10 polls left.
Bet you're there to tell me if you think. After all the years. Okay. Across the lane. I'll just hope for you. Exciting, isn't it?
Wow, that's
What do we got here now? We have Crosbie right now with 1227, Ansel with 1091. 9 polls left. The spread is still, I don't think anybody will make a projection at this point in time. At 20%, we have 3,000 votes cast, 3,017. We have 8 polls remaining. Very, very close here tonight, as all the, I guess, political astutes have expected. We have cheers coming in for Chess all over the province. And we have 1347 for Chess Crosbie and 1178 for Paul Lentil and 644 for NDP Neil. 7 polls remaining. 3169. Basically, the number on the street that everybody were predicting would be approximately 4,000 votes, 4,4200. The number of voters in the district is less than 1,000, or 10,000, and it's more than 9,000. So, not sure if I can recall, approximately 9,070 voters, I think I read. And Martin says his nerves are gone. Well, can hang in for another 7 polls to return. We got 170 in the difference. $169. We got the new Mac coming in here now. 169 the difference, with a Chess Crosbie in the lead for the Progressive Conservative Party of Newfoundland and Labrador, leading the provincial Liberal candidate, Paul Ansel. 20% was the number that I projected for NDP, and they're at 20.32. 20%. Good. 3169, 3,169 votes cast. Bill McCann says, come on, Chess. Boyd Sleeve, pour me another cup of coffee, Chess. Give it, sir, give her.
cheering for Chess?
You get over there.
You got on the right t-shirt, right?
Telegram, guys, NTV, CBC, BOCM.
You didn't say that officially. You didn't say
Very anxious crowd here tonight
See all the numbers, hey? Yeah, pretty good.
at the Chess Crosbie headquarters on Major Pat, where we're taking in live votes coming in for the district of Windsor Lake. Debbie Pelly is singing out yes for Chess. I think, hey folks, do we want our leader in the House of Assembly? Yeah! Hey, sure we want our leader in the House of Assembly.
Yes, my God, nice to see you.
Down in front.
Hey folks, do we want our leader to be the next premier? Okay, let's take care of business here tonight with 7 polls remaining. Okay, we now have Chess at 1364 and Edel at 1205, NDP at 671, with 6 polls remaining. What's that, a differential of 159? Six polls remaining. Just a little over 150 vote spread. NDP maintaining a very high, respectable 20%. Very warm here, guys. Very warm at the Chess Crosbie headquarters. We anxiously wait. 6 polls remaining. 3,240 voted. Paul Entel at 1205. Chess Crosbie at 1364, and Neil at 671. Okay, we have people going about business, a lot of business going on here, and obviously a lot of media coverage. Especially once you get a leader of a provincial party looking to get into a by-election for his first time into the House of Assembly. Everybody says, okay, let's call this, bring it home. Let's see, we've got 6 polls remaining.
Even like 25.
Lots of interviewing going on there. You see Barry Pitton has been speaking to CBC, Anthony Germain,
42.
Michael O'Connell there from NTV,
And lots of them with only one on 30
BOCM, and the Telegram. All represented here at the Chess Crosbie headquarters, where I'm sure there are also, I guess, media individuals at the Paul Entel headquarters there. I believe it's on the Bangor Drive.
Yeah.
And it seems to be slowed down a little. I guess that comes with anxiety. As we await the 6 final polls to come in. Here out of 33 today and 5 advanced polls. Hey, do we have numbers? Well, we just have the computer moving around all over the screen here. Great to see Tony Wakeham is here as well, folks, showing his full support behind Chess Crosbie. Votes that he will run in the next provincial election come November of 2019.
He's allowed on it. I would say that's his bad. If he feels confident,
Want to say a happy birthday. Hey, folks, we got a birthday here today. Let's say a happy birthday to David Brassel, guys. Happy birthday to David Brassel. David Brassel all over Facebook that he turned 55 today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to David Brassel. Folks turned 35 today. MHA for Bell Island and some other leagues as well.
he's in there.
Again, we are awaiting the 6 final polls. The votes to come in from the 6 final polls. Total votes cast so far today showing on the screen 3,240, with Chess Crosbie leading with 1364 over Paul Nettle with 1205, and we have Neil NDP candidate with 671. I see Jim Lester here, Wayne Littlejohn is here. We are surrounded by the past and the present and hopefully the future. Behind me as well, I see a nervous creature, the campaign manager, Lloyd Power with Chess Crosbie. I was afraid to give me numbers all week. Anyway, he's anxiously awaiting. Done a fantastic job for Chess Crosbie, Lloyd Power, campaign manager. Also there I see, I think is a big hand of our round of applause to go out to Mike Steve, Mike leads the, I guess the signage all over the city, have put it up 2 and 3 times in a lot of cases. So anyway, big congratulations and thank you from Chess Crowd. Goes out to Mike Steve, Mike Steve for fantastic job on the signage. Dan Crummell is there, former MPJ, former Minister of the House, now I think the Chief of Staff in the office for Jane Crosbie. No, we're still seeing 5, what do we have? Crosbie 1512 and Angelo 1361. Five polls remaining. Thanks, Tony. Great stuff, Gord. The ball game, few cool ones and that. Nobody is celebrating here yet, Tony. All the fans and all the supporters of Chess Crosbie anxiously awaiting, hoping that the leader of the Progressive Conservative Party of Newfoundland and Labrador enters the House of Assembly representing the district of Windsor Lake. But we have 5 polls to report.
Yeah. Should be all right. Right? Yeah.
Hello, Tom Lamb there. Tom, big Progressive Conservative supporter, big supporter of Chess Crosbie as well.
150? Not a problem.
Denise Quirk. How do we have? 5 polls remaining. Tom says close there, Gord Duffy. Very, very close here all night. Tom, right from the opening whistle. And it's far from over yet. 5 polls left to report. 3,592 voted. It'll be somewhere around the 4,000 number that everyone predicted that would vote in a by-election. Yes, basically 4% spread. 4 polls left. Crosbie 54 and Edel 1403 and Neil with 748. What do we have here? We have 150 vote spread, 151. 151 vote spread with Chess Crosbie in the lead with 4 polls left to report. Come on, folks, let's get some energy here. Come on, folks. I guess the fear, the anxiety, you'll hear them when the final polls come in, provided that the lead is held by Progressive Conservative leader of Newfoundland and Labrador, Chess Crosbie.
Want a good picture, Keith? Picture me.
4 polls remaining with 151 vote different with Chess Crosbie in the lead. NDP candidate Neil with 20%, with a total of 748 out of a total votes cast so far showing, with 4 polls remaining. We have 3,705 votes cast. Again, you are tuning into Gordcast live streaming here from the Chess Crosbie headquarters on Major's Path, following the Windsor Lake by-election, where you have Chess Crosbie, the current leader of the Progressive Conservative Party of Newfoundland and Labrador, vying for a seat in the House of Assembly. You also have Paul Benton, what many would consider a Liberal heavyweight, who was defeated in the leadership, where Lloyd Power won, and he lost the election in 2015. He lost to Laureen Michael in Kitty Bitty. This is Antl's third attempt at seeking, I guess, election. It's Chess Crosbie's first attempt, and it's Neil's first attempt, and I think you will see, you will hear tell more of this young NDP candidate. Paul Den says, great job, Gord. Great job, Gord. Great covers. Glad, Paul, that you are tuning in. For you people that don't know, Paul Den is from Paradise, and he's on the city council. 4 polls remaining. 4 polls remaining, folks. We have Mrs. Manny jumping in front of the monitor there.
Sorry.
Okay, she apologized, so I'll accept it. All is well. She was talking to the Honorable Jane Crosbie and his wife there to his left, right in front of me. I guess we could say Miss Jane Crosbie. And we are waiting for four polls. 4 polls remaining in the Windsor Lake by-election. 4 polls to report. With Chess Crosbie with a 151 vote differential over Liberal candidate Paul Benton. And we have Neil representing NDP with 748. 20%. Neil's vote could be the difference in this by-election. The weather today was in St. John's. It was, I guess it was raining throughout the day. There was some I guess sometimes the sun got through, but overall it was raining when we got up in the morning. The sun came through for just some short periods through today. In a rain and cloudy again this afternoon. It wasn't a very good day for the voters. But there were also two advanced polls too. 5 polling stations today, 2 advanced days that you could get out and vote, so every opportunity was there. Watching from Grand Bank, let's go. We have also Let's Go Chess. Debbie Pelly watching from Deer Lake. We have all across Newfoundland and Labrador on into Canada. That's a cool voting program there, computer program. Watching from Bell Island. Our daughter is now connected. We have a son-in-law from Bell Island, Evan Kent. Come on, Chess, sing it out. Amanda Lamb, sing it out. Come on, Chess. We have people watching on from Blackwood. Again, we have CBC, NTV, VOCN, and the Telegram here, with a lot of hype on this by-election. Former MP is there as well, Bill Matthews, I see. Former Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador now being interviewed by NTV, Michael Connell, Paul sorry, Michael Connell. So again, we have Anthony Germain here from CBC. Jim Lester. Dan Crummell. Pete Huthings. Kevin Parsons.
She's reading a book. She's reading Harry Potter.
A lot of long-time PC supporters as well. I'd like to say hello to Rome Slaney there in St. Lawrence. Rome was always a political enthusiastic, I guess would be the word for Rome. Always had a love for politics. Darren's speech. Again, we are waiting for 4 polls to report, and we have Chess Crosbie in the lead with 151 votes. With 4 polls left to report. Don't know what the hang-up is. Anyone else why? You know why? No one knows why we seems to be kind of stuck on the lower numbers. Once we hit 9, up to 10 polls left, they came in. And now it seems from 10 down there, it's like a beauty contest. It seems to go that much slower. And I guess with the everything at stake here, Sharon McKay says, "Come on, people, let's go Chess."
Yes, Josh, we gave the numbers to Tory and
Again, Sharon is singing out for "Let's Go Chess." What time we have here? We have 10 after 9. Polls have been closed since 8 o'clock. Janice Caves singing out, cheering along, bringing home Chess. Four polls remaining, folks, and we have 151 votes spread between Chess Crosbie leading Paul Entel. Neil of the NDP has a very respectable 748 votes. And showing at 20%.
She's doing a really good job.
4 polls remaining here at the Chess Crosbie headquarters, with Chess leading 151 votes with 4 polls to report. 1554, 1403 for Paul Edel, and Neil with 748. 3,705 votes total so far, with 4 polls remaining. It doesn't come much closer than this. I'd like for you to share, guys. Share your share the live cast so that we can get it right across the country and show Canada that Newfoundland and Labrador take their politics very strong. And will we have a revived progressive conservative party here in Newfoundland and Labrador, with possibility of the leader going into the House of Assembly? We are 4 polls away. A lot of excitement, a lot of energy, and a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, but their board, yeah, they got 1 extra person. We lost 2 votes. We went into the electoral, and I'm not going to spend that 2 vote lead. I'm not going to spend that yet. Men's poll 36%. We've got at least 1 poll ahead, maybe 2, and they're at some votes ahead of us in the wrong county.
Josephine Morgan, hey. Just missed a comment there. Josephine Morgan watching from Bishop Falls, I think, BF, hoping to have a PC representative tell the Ball government that they cannot. I missed it because you got to keep your comments fairly short. Just added in 2 comments in the Joel McCann saying hello, Paul.
Your son is doing very well so far. It looks like he's going to win 1 of your thoughts.
Right in front of us there, you have a light coming in very bright from the cameras of NTV, where Mike Connors is interviewing the Honorable John Crosbie.
How will you mean to receive going
And we have Genevieve Squire watching in from the town of Eastport.
They already got the count in, but that's not official.
Okay.
They're going to report they already gained 2 votes. They gained 2 votes. They got their numbers in.
We're getting some unofficial report, but I won't report anything that is unofficial until the numbers are thrown out by the computer, put on the spreadsheet, and onto the board here that we have at the Sept Crosbie headquarters. Robert Lodge saying, glad you have voted today. God guard thee, Newfoundland. Jordan Blackman, my nerves are shot. Let's go get these polls in. Again, you are tuning in to Gordcast, live streaming from the Sept Crosbie headquarters on Majors Pat, where we are awaiting 4 polls left to report, where we have Sept Crosbie leading Paul Edel by 151 votes. 1,554 for Chess Crosbie, Paul Apple with 1403, and Neil with 748 at a very, again, I will emphasize, a respectable 20% for the NDP candidate. Debbie Pelly says, oh my Gord, we're dying out here. Well, it's not very easy here, Debbie, as well. As we're awaiting the numbers and we're all compressed into the headquarters where she is blocked. I'd like to say hello. I see Cheryl Davis is tuning in. Had a chat with Paul there, a few words with Paul this afternoon. Cheryl.
Give me back. Right. Give me a little bit.
Good night for energy for the Progressive Conservative Party of Newfoundland as we anxiously await the final 4 polls to report. Bill McCann watching from Gord. Hello, Bill. Welcome Gord to Forecast Live Stream. That's the Chess Crosbie headquarters here on Major's Path. We have what we would consider definitely 2 heavyweights and 1 up-and-coming newcomer to provincial politics. We have Chess Crosbie, obviously the son of John Crosbie and Jane Crosbie, who one would consider a heavyweight. We have Paul Antle, who have previously vied for leadership of the Liberal Party, and he also vied for I believe for a seat in the House of Assembly, and if I'm not mistaken, he may have attempted to have a crack at federal politics as well. But I know he has definitely had 2 attempts, and I'm thinking he may have had 3. I'd like to say hello to Joan Kent as well, tuning in from Bell Island there. We got Dave here with us. That is David Brazel, your MHA. And he's celebrating his birthday here today. We don't know. Melanie Mercer wants to know what the hold-up. No one here knows. We don't know, Melanie. Harry English tuning in. Tony Wakeham there, keeping that in that screen. Tony sought the leadership of the Progressive Conservative Party against Chess Crosbie. And here he threw his support immediately behind Chess, and also indicated that he will be seeking a seat in the House of Assembly come November of 2019. 1 year away. We are 1 year away, or what have you done, 14 months away from a provincial election as well. And we're also a year away from the federal general election. It's a lot of politics to occur in 2019. This here could set the stage for 2019. Mary Nicholas says, I think the 4 polls are killing all of us. 4 polls are killing everyone now. Mary? And we have, what do we have? We have, we have, Paul Antle at 1435. So now we have, what is that? 8, 9, 10. Nail biter for sure. Worse than waiting for the outcome of the case room. Linda, you're taking it very serious. What's that? We are getting closer, folks. We are getting closer. We are on the final countdown. 3 polls remaining, and it looks like, but I won't say. Lady behind me told me I'm white jinx, and I'm well aware of that.
Yes, 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 yes!
Okay, we have energy coming. We have energy. Okay, we have energy. What's that? Okay, it looks like, folks. Headquarters. You don't get this come any closer. $174 lead with 2 polls left to report. And it looks like very close for a yes for Chess. And you can see the numbers. I got the numbers. The numbers are very, very close on my screen. Here we have 1777 for Chess Crosbie, followed by Paul Entwell with 1603. And in third place, we have NAP with 830. We have 4,210 votes cast. We have 2 polls left. Okay, we have Paul Entwell. Paul Entwell coming in. And it looks like the official count has been in, where we have the Liberal candidate here shaking hands. It looks like Crosbie victory here tonight, folks, where we have Paul Entwell shaking hands with the Honorable John Crosbie. So your son is here.
Good job, Paul.
And we have the Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador. We have Dwight Ball here as well.
Good job,
Paul Entwell.
Good job, Paul. Good job, Paul. It looks like the final votes have come in. Paul Entwell. Paul Entwell saying 1 poll left, so we won't say anything yet. We have Paul Entwell been talking to CBC, NTV, VOCN, Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador. I never thought of
Acknowledging Mrs. Jane Crosbie and the Honorable John Crosbie. We have the Liberal candidate. We have Paul Entwell speaking to what media.
think I heard Paul saying that Paul Wendell, that is, that there's one pole left. But we don't have anything official here yet.
Then conceded again.
Well, we have here, folks, is live here at the headquarters. Live at the headquarters where we have Paul Wendell and the Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador, Lloyd Power. It looks like that they have conceded to Chess Crosbie. But again, we don't have no people awaiting the final outcome here at the headquarters. I'm on. Mrs. Crosbie asked me. I'm on Facebook under Gord Dunphy.
Okay.
You can watch it all.
You're pretty good listening.
Okay, thank you. Mrs. Crosbie tell me that I'm pretty good, so I respect that. With Mrs. Jane Crosbie has been across this country many a time. Very proud of our Honarable father. She's enjoyed the Gord Castle. Yep. Okay, we got Tony and Tory. Tony, what do you think, Tony?
Probably their next premium. Next premium, yes.
Okay, we'll see what happens. We'll wait for the final polls for it, Tony. Maybe I'll have a few words with you, but I'm not going Well, a lot of energy here, folks, as you're tuning in to Gorecast live streaming here, right from the PC headquarters here on Major Pat, headquarters of Chess Crosbie, where it appears to be that Chess Crosbie will be going to be the second member MHA for the district of Windsor Lake. And he will be the official leader of Sandra Benoit Liberals. It was a very, very, I guess, competitive contest. Again, we have Paul and Liberal candidate and the Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador here at the headquarters. For Chess Crosbie, basically they conceding to Chess, but again we don't have no official numbers here yet. On our spreadsheet here, we have Judy Manning, right to my right here, and a lot of support for Crosbie from the Mannings. Don't know really what the hang up is. Okay, we have the Honorable John Crosbie right in front of me being interviewed by the OCM.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Not sweating.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Yes, for sure.
I didn't know till Pauletta came up and told me that he was conceding.
Yeah, that's Mrs. Crosbie. Here, Mrs. Crosbie, a few words. What do you? Just a few words there from the mom of Chess Crosbie.
Like old times.
You had to be very excited as the mom of.
I'm thrilled that he got in. I mean, we didn't know he was running. We didn't know he was so interested, you know.
Okay.
And then his wife is a judge, and she couldn't come to get involved at all.
Yeah.
She isn't even here at night, you know.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think he got good genes behind him, and I think that you and your husband there, and the parents of Chess, you have done a marvelous job in being ambassadors for Newfoundland and Labrador all through your many years.
well, that's nice to hear.
Okay, thank you. And
John loved it very much. So.
I know, and you were a big supporter for him as well.
Yes.
And all of Canada knows that as well.
That's nice to hear. Thank you.
Okay, thank you kindly.
Chess will be good. There's no question of that.
Yeah, she's saying Chess will do good.
Yeah, Chess does his homework and things. And I tell you, if anything can be done, like with Musket Falls, he will get it find a way.
Well, one of the things that he's emphasizing is honesty, and I can see that true. And, you know, that's something that we would want our politicians to have as well.
Right, he's a human. I can see it.
Okay, don't know what's going on here. We don't have the final numbers. That's Mrs. Jane Crosbie, guys, I were just speaking to. Very proud of her son. She said her son will do well. The advance poll's coming up, but we have everything here blocked. Anyway, folks, I thank you all for your complimentary remarks for the live stream. It allows you to be able to tune in right across the province of Newfoundland and Labrador and anywhere we have the World Wide Web. Okay, do we have any final numbers there, folks? Thank you, my friend. Excellent. Thank you. Ken Martin says thank you very much. Outstanding job, Chris Emberley from... I'm trying to get the numbers here, folks. We'll try to get the numbers. Mr. John Crosbie, eh? Mr.
Wait now, you're going to shift here. You want to sit down? You want to sit in your chair? You don't have to talk to him like
Just a few words, John. You're my idol, man. You're all what politicians should be about. You represent Newfoundland and Labrador. As far as I'm concerned, if I had to rank one politician that ever come out of Newfoundland and Labrador, I would say is Mr. John Crosbie. So that if you could say 5 words for me on Gordcast, that will be a highlight of my Gordcast for tonight.
Thank you for your kind words. More than good of you. Whatever you live, you never know what the results are. That's very
I think that the leader that comes from, he got great genes, and I think you've done very well with him. And I think he'll make a fine leader as well as hopefully a fine premier of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you and all the best, and I want to wish you nothing but the best with your health as well, John. Okay, thank you kindly, my friends. Again, folks, that was the Honorable John Crosbie having a few words with my Gordcast Live. Very proud dad, as well as his wife Jean. Very proud of their son Chester. We don't have the final numbers. I don't have nobody seems to care. Yeah, nobody seems to care. All I know is that Chess Crosbie has been elected as the MPJ for the district of Windsor. You're doing an excellent job. What you're doing. The guy there telling me I'm doing a great job. Well, I enjoy doing it. Yeah. And it allows people of Newfoundland and Labrador and all of the people that are ahead into it to be able to coming up now, bud. Okay, folks, we are still... Okay, we are still waiting for a final number, but it's obviously 1816. Okay, guys, let's get a cheer here for Chess Crosbie. Also, guys, I think that we should thank Mrs. Jane Crosbie and the Honorable John Crosbie for coming here this evening. Cheers for John Crosbie! So here we have the final vote, folks. No polls, all polls in. 4764, where we have Chess Crosbie with 2,034, Paul Antle with 1,816, a little over 200 votes split. We have the NDP candidate Neil with 914 for a very, very respectable 19%. And folks, it don't get much more entertaining than this.
Oh yeah. Oh, you have to see his body.
We are live here again at the headquarters on Major Cat and Chess Crosbie, where we have Tony Wakeham, Reed Huthings, Reed Huthings, David Brazel, Jim Lister, Kevin Parsons, Doug Moore,
Brad. Can I shake your hand? Brad.
Manager, campaign manager there, Lloyd Power, going around, shaking hands with everyone. Dennis Key, great job, Gord, thanks, Dennis. How are you? Gord, great job, PC. Yes, sir. All his life. Honorable Grace. Trying to maneuver around here.
Hello, Justin. How you doing, Dallas?
Chess has got into the door, but he's been surrounded by media.
Good job.
Hey, Mr. Tony Wakeham here. What do you think, Tony?
I think it's fantastic. We're 2 for 2. Tim Lester in Mount Pearl and now Jane Crosbie here in Windsor Lake.
It's great to
This
see.
is a TSN turning point, Gord.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think not only that, Tony, I think, where you entered the race, I think that made the party grow. And from there, I think you acknowledging your support right on the day at the stage where it was announced that Jane Crosbie won. Then the following day, you made an announcement that you would run in the next provincial election. All of that, I think, has grown the PC party within the last year, Tony.
Thank you, Gord, for that compliment. Yes, it's all about this province. It's all about the 500,000 of us, and we deserve better. And this government hasn't done that. And so the PC party stands united, and we're ready to provide that real leadership. And Jane Crosbie, and we'll put together a team that will do that.
Yeah, it was a very, a lot of anxious moments here tonight, Tony. A lot of excitement and right to the bitter end. Eh?
There was quite a delay there in the last 4. We're wondering if the Russians had anything to do with it.
Yeah, and even then, before we had the final 2 polls come in, it was the Premier of the province along with Paul Etwell. They showed up and we still didn't have the numbers. Eh?
Oh, somebody said they had the numbers before we did. Obviously, they must have, and so they were gracious enough to come over and concede defeat, and I look forward to them conceding defeat on many other occasions as well.
I think as well, Tony, especially yourself being involved as one of the forerunners with the Progressive Conservative Party. The NDP done well in this by-election as well, eh?
Yeah, they certainly did. I think they had a very credible candidate, had a very strong candidate, and it showed. It showed in the amount of support they got.
Yeah, and 20% for a young lady, first time into politics. It looks like she could have a bright future as well.
Yes, absolutely. I think she did tremendously well.
Yeah,
and,
so
kudos out to her too.
So Tony, okay, in 2019, we're looking just over 14 months or so. We'll be into a provincial election, so you'll still be there for the long haul and
I'll be there, and we just got to find another few bodies to go with us. I think there's lots of interest in the BC party. I think there's lots of people willing to come forward, and this win tonight, knocking off a Liberal heavyweight, that's a huge victory for this party. And I think it is. I think that we will grow from this, and people will start to really see that the Ball government has to be a one-term government.
No doubt. You kept reiterating throughout your whole campaign that this Liberal government could be, for the first time in the history of Newfoundland and Labrador, a one-term government, and the possibility is still there.
And absolutely, and I think that's a challenge to the people of the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. Let's make history.
Again,
let's make history and
right
make them
on,
a one-term government.
And Tony, I was delighted to see you with your Yes for Chess shirt on throughout the campaign, and I had again, in order to win, you need a team. I think you will be instrumental in assisting with Chess in 2019. Is all I can wish you, Chess Crosbie and the Progressive Conservative Party going forward. The best of luck there, Tony.
Absolutely. Thank you, Gord, and thank you to you, my friend.
That was Tony Wakeham, folks. He ran for the leadership of the Progressive Conservative Party. He fared very well with over 40% of the vote, losing to Chess Crosbie. But no, did he go away? No. He stayed with Chess Crosbie, and he's here tonight with Chess Crosbie. So no doubt about it that there is a lot of energy in the Progressive Conservative Party in Newfoundland and Labrador, and we still have a year before our
In unity, there is victory. I want to thank everybody for putting together a machine to get this done, because of course without organization there is no victory, and we had organization. I see Bill Matthews back there. He was kind of like a godfather behind the camera. The only person in this room tonight who has ever won more campaigns than Bill Matthews was my own father.
And on both sides.
I have acknowledged my opponent, both my opponents, Ms. Neal and Mr. Adel. And it takes guts, grit, and determination to enter a contest like this, or any electoral contest. So I salute them for having those qualities. And also the Liberal leader and Premier, Mr. Ball, for coming here. Unfortunately, I missed the two of them, and I salute him as well for having those qualities that make for democracy, which involve respect for people while contesting over ideas. My wife, who, as you know, as a judge, cannot be involved in political matters, asked me to acknowledge and express my gratitude to her. Which I'm doing. Almost. And my three daughters, who, you know, their family, and Catherine is here. The other two have been here on and off in the last couple of weeks.
We love you.
And there's somebody I want to acknowledge, and if I went through the list of people that I should acknowledge. Shut that off.
That's the President of the United States.
Maybe he finally wants to see the play. Yeah, so Bradley asked me to acknowledge Oscar. I'm not sure where he is.
Oh,
Oscar.
Get out here, Oscar.
The guy with the half mutton chop. Oscar has slaved long and hard over his computer, getting all the data organized, and Bradley made a special point of asking me to acknowledge your special efforts. Thank you, Oscar. There are many others, and I'd be keeping you here way too long if I acknowledged everybody who deserves special thanks. So, look, this was a hard hill to climb. Yep. This was a district 3 years ago where the Liberal candidate took 2/3 of the vote. Yep. It was always going to be tough. If we came close, it would be a victory. If we won, it would be a triumph. And we won! So, you know, what I told people at the doors was, if you're happy with the last 3 years of the Dwight Ball Liberal government, you know how you can vote. But if you want someone with an alternative vision in the House of Assembly, whose job it is to hold the Liberal government to account, you know who you can vote for. And we know who they did vote for. So, win or lose this district, the plan was always the same. And the plan is to rebuild the party, to replenish its finances, to find great candidates to run for the PC party. Rebuild the district associations and to hold the government to account in the House of Assembly, whether it was going to be me or whether it was going to be Dave Brazel.
Gave you a great birthday gift.
Sorry about the demotion.
Hail Kilmer.
And of course, it's not just the leader of the opposition, not me, not just it's the whole caucus, a team, a united team. And what is it that we are holding the government to account for? It is everything to deliver lower taxes. To deliver affordable power. And to deliver honesty in government.
So I'm 12 hours down on this basketball court, and my son just went to school in McAllen. 57 voters total came from my phone. So I'm looking at the wall, and one more game,
Voter turnout was above 50%. The numbers up, I was trying to do the math. And I got it. It was pretty good turnout, especially for a by-election. But for all the details, the follow-up, of course, given the presentations tonight, some of the reaction from the other camps, that will all be on CBC Radio and on our website, cbc.ca/NL. For all of them.
Lord, good. It's excellent. Can you get that online?
I know.
Congratulations, Chess.
Hey, look.
Good.
Thanks for all your good work. You were manning the pole, were you?
Congratulations.
You know you've arrived when you made it on the Gordcast.
Well, I gotta tell you a little story, Jess.
Listen, he had it in the bag anyways.
2 years ago, I was on the Bjorn Peninsula, and I asked the premier on Newfoundland and Labrador would they do an interview. And he said he would. Next day, I went to meet him, and it was a no-show. Well, when I asked Mr. Crosbie would he interview me right through the campaign, he said yes. That's the success that Gordcast brings to you, Jess.
Well, obviously, it's a very distinguished position to be on the Gordcast. So, thank you, Gord. And you're capturing a good moment here now for the future of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Yeah. Earlier, I spoke to your dad and your mom, and I felt your dad is an icon. And I said, it will be a privilege for me to be able to speak to the Honorable John tonight. And now, just hopefully, you will follow in the footsteps of your father, who I think was the greatest politician that Newfoundland and Labrador has ever had.
Well, Gord, I don't know how I'm going to perform, but my core values come from my family, from my mother and my father, and I watched Dad and Mom, for that matter, make their contributions over the years, and I hope that mine will be significant in the same way that theirs will.
Anyway, Chess, I know there's a lot of media here, a lot of friends, supporters here. I want to wish you all the best in going forward. And again, as I said earlier to you, in the campaign, I want you to be the next premier of Newfoundland and Labrador come in November in 2019.
Well, Gord, I'm going to count on your support for that.
You can bet you. Take care and congratulations.
Thank you, Gord.
And it's my wife there too, Chess.
Hey, it's good to see you.
I had no doubt. My wife.
What's going on? Yes, indeed.
A few words here from our former premier, a man that I've got a lot of respect for. As far as I'm concerned, he's a man that brought a lot of honesty to the game of politics. Anyway, Paul, very exciting times here tonight.
That sure is. Really hard to hear you, Gord. Really hard to see you, too, behind the camera. But I see you got your producer here with you tonight.
I do. My wife has a Mrs. Gordcast.
She always works well to make you look good, doesn't she?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
We're really happy. It's a really good night tonight. And this is
exciting going forward now. I myself has been a progressive conservative for over 40 years, Paul. I want to thank you for being the premier of Newfoundland and Labrador. And it was unfortunate what happened in 2015, but we moved on. But it's great night to see you here and your support, all the caucus here. And again, Paul, I want to thank you for what you have done for the Conservative Party of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Gord, look, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. And you can see here tonight there's a big crowd of people that have come together through this by-election and have worked together. Chess spoke so honestly, passionately here tonight, and he spoke a lot about the dynamics of campaigns and hard work and so on, and also integrity. And I really believe that that's high priority. It's going to stay to be a high priority for him, and so it should be. But it's a night to celebrate right now. It was a close race. It was a hard-fought race. But Chess and the team around him and the campaign team deserve all the credit.
Well, Paul, realistically, Paul, PC can win 2019, Paul.
Well, there's always a goal to win whenever you run. But what Mr. Ball is facing now is he's had two by-elections. Jim Lester's by-election was just right here. And last year they threw everything at that by-election. They threw everything at this by-election. They threw everything last year to try and beat Jim Lester, and they couldn't do it. They tried to beat Jane Crosbie this year, and right now they couldn't do it. So, the message is clear. They have changed the way they've been governing. And 1 year from now, the people will have an opportunity to elect a new government for the 4 years after that, and we're going to continue to work with chess and with the caucus to hold the government to account.
Will you be there in 2019?
I could see you smiling before you asked that question. How did I know you were going to ask that?
Why not?
Tonight, Gord, is a celebration for this by-election and for chess and the team around them. And that's where I've been focused over the last few weeks. And I'll make those decisions in due course.
Okay, Paul, all the best to you and Cheryl and your son going forward now.
Thanks. The producer's dragging on your coattails here. Look. Thanks a lot, Gord. And thanks, everybody. Gord, listen, you do a great job. Glad you're here tonight. Thanks for all your support.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Just trying to stand for
Thanks.
Lots of energy here, folks.
Anyway, take
Now they got. See you later. Get back a little, Dave. Okay, here tonight again I have MHA Ballow. What's the other part of it?
Conception Bay East.
Conception Bay East. I knew it was Conception Bay, but I wasn't sure about whether it was East and West. Anyway, first of all, Dave, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And I guess there goes your house leader, but you know what?
That's a good sign. Listen, I turned 55 today. They say freedom 55. Well, there's some freedom now from not having that responsibility. I honorably pass it on to chess because I know he's very capable of handling it. And now I can concentrate on my district and my critic roles. And they're important roles, and I got a great district. But I look forward to working with chess. We've got another body in the House of Assembly, another voice to keep the feet to the fire of the Liberals, and a very intelligent individual who's going to help lead us into the next election.
Well, I know myself from following politics for 40 years, you know, to get elected, you know, especially when it's a new government going in and you're a part of opposition, you have to be a great constituent man. And I have to honestly say, Dave, you're one of the best, Dave.
No, I appreciate that. You know, I mean, you're not going to be respected by your constituents unless you're seen by them and you try to intervene. You can't solve every issue, but people just want you to make sure that you're cognizant of what they're doing and you go to bat for them. Sometimes you give them advice that says, you know what, you can't get what you're looking for, but here's what we can do to help alleviate your issue. But you know, and I think Chess understands that now. I've seen the difference since him knocking the doors about what the issues are, how you help people. So, you know, I think we're in a good place. We've got a bit of work to do for the general election. We're going to recruit some good candidates who are district-oriented, and I think we can do that.
And Dave, yourself will be there in 2019?
Oh, without a doubt. You know, the Freedom 55 is down the road. When the people don't want me anymore, then I'll move on to something else.
I don't think, I can never see that, Dave, and all I can wish you and your team and new leader all the best in going forward. And for when you were House Leader, I thought you done a fantastic job. I know that you're very cognizant of what goes on in this province. I think you're a true Newfoundlander and Labrador, and you represent your district as well as any man or woman in the House of Assembly. So that's all I can say, Dave. Going forward, all the best to you, and enjoy the night on your... you did get a happy birthday here tonight.
No, it was an honor to be here. It's a great victory for the party, a great victory for our chess, and we're looking now to get ready for 2019 in general election. Thanks, Gord, for all your support, too. Take care.
Dave, thanks. Take care.
Good job. Yes.
Great job. Okay, here I have the MHA for Mount Pearl North.
Yeah, Mount Pearl North. I guess I'm no longer the newest elected MHA, but I tell you, I couldn't be happier to lose that designation.
Right from the opening whistle, I was aware that Tim Lester, the MHA for Mount Pearl North, you threw your support behind Chess Crosbie. Obviously, you saw something special in Chess Crosbie there, Jim, and here you are tonight with not only Chess winning the leadership back some months ago, now he is the newest MHA to go into the House of Assembly there, Jim.
Well, prior to my by-election, I did not know Chess personally, and you know, I kind of, as I got to know him through involvement in my campaign, and you know, through his election as the leader, you know, I really seen his characteristics are what we need in government. Chess is a steadfast, extremely honest individual, and I noticed that time and time again in dealing with him, and that's the kind of unwavering leadership we need as a province right now. We don't need the theatrics that have been associated with politics. We need someone who's going to do what's right, not what is popular, and that's something I'm sure we can count on in Jane Crosbie.
Well, to be honest with you, Jim, I know you've only been in a short time. I feel personally you've been rather impressive. I know that from being around being at Mount Pearl, I know that you do have a connect with the people, and all I can say, Jim, going forward, I wish you all the best and your new team, and get yourself ready for 2019.
Well, thank you for that, and I'm going to. I guess I'm not quite as a different style of politician as Chess, but I'm a little bit different than most. And I always tell my constituents that I'm not going to be everywhere, but I'll tell you one place I'll always be, and that's there for my constituents and the people of this province.
Okay, thank you, Chess, for Jim, taking the time here, being alongside of Chess here at as he was basically winning afternoon representing Windsor Lake, and all. I want to wish you and your teammates all the best in the up and coming months, and especially coming into the new year, where we'll be into the election in November of 2019.
For sure. Thanks so much.
Here with me, folks, I have the man that they call Tony, and we call him Tony the Tory, better known throughout the province, Newfoundland, Labrador. Tony, got to be an exciting night here for you at the Crosbie headquarters here in Windsor town.
I'm ecstatic tonight. Right now we proved it. We started in Mount Pearl back in December, and we took the Jim Lester one debate. That was just a start. And then right now Crosbie, second, 2 out of 2 now we won the by-elections. And I mean, we're just only the start. Right now, just the beginning, and we're going to end it. The Liberals, we're going to work them out the next election.
Yeah, and Tony, it's only another year before an election is held, a provincial general election. Is it possible, do you really feel that the Progressive Conservatives to win the next provincial general election?
Yes, 100%. I think right now the feeling is there, the optimism is there for everybody. BC's now is on fire. I mean, we're winning 2 for 2 now in by-elections, and we're just going to keep on rolling. I mean, everybody knows now they're sending Liberals a strong message, and we don't like what you're doing, and so therefore there's no way to go. That's to the curb.
Yeah, and well, Chess has said that he will bring a form of honesty into the government. Maybe people are ready for politicians, rather than to give and saying everything that they want, to be honest with them, and that way I think that you'll get a person that when you speak to, you'll be getting honesty first, not everything to hear everything that you want, and then you renege on your promises.
Yeah, well, Chess is a very honest man. The more you get to know Chess, the more he is. He don't know what it's like to tell a lie. I mean, the guy he's just an outstanding guy. And to me, for Premier, he'll be the next Premier of this province.
Okay, Tony, thank you for your time. Again, Tony, I want to tell you his last name. Better known throughout the province of Newfoundland, Labrador, as Tony the Tory. And again, enjoy the moment, Tony, and I'm sure Chess will certainly applaud you for the work that you've done during this campaign.
Thank you, Gord. You've done a great job yourself at this work, soon fold.
Thank you, my friend, and all the best tonight.
When Mrs. passed along, she said, "Is he still talking?" That Mrs. That was
I was just going to go ahead.
Sweet God.
Tried to move a little too fast here. Got my wife alongside of me there, bringing along the battery pack. Anyway, Keith, proud moment for the PC30 team.
Yeah, indeed, Gord. It's great to see Chess, as elected leader of our party. Great to see him getting the legislature now coming up in November. and be able to lead our caucus as we move forward over the next year.
And again, folks, this is Pete Huthings with me. And Pete, the district you represent?
District of Fairyland, Petty Harbour, Matty's Cove, south to St. Shots.
Okay, so for those that are watching across the country, again, the MHA, Pete Huthings. And Pete, PC's won the last by-election in Mount Pearl North. Jim Lester went in. And we had Cathy Bennett, former heavyweight minister, stepping down. And we're another heavyweight for the Liberals coming in, Paul Entel. So, don't you think this is telling the people of Newfoundland, Labrador are telling the Liberal Party something?
Indeed it is. I think it's a bit of a watershed. We elected Jim Lester, as you said, very strong candidate, brings a lot to the caucus. Now we have the leader elected here, defeated a candidate that only 3 years ago had almost 70% of the popular support here in the district. Jess got elected here. I think we're moving forward, and I think the people of the province are looking for an alternative to Lloyd Power, even after 3 years in power. And I think Jess and the team he'll build will bring that up, and will give options to the people of the province.
Well, no doubt, and I think, like myself, you are, in my regards, a highly respected MHA. You've been there ever since. I'm not sure this possibly your third term in office, if I'm right.
Yeah, actually, it's my 11th year, and certainly look forward to working with Chess as we move forward to the next general election.
Okay, again, Pete, I want to wish you all the best, and wish the Progressive Conservative Party team, under the leadership of Chess, going forward, all the best in 2019.
Thanks, Gordon. Thanks for what you do to allow to send this message out and people to hear the discussion on important issues that are happening.
Okay, thanks, Pete.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's like Kevin, you want to come over?
Before I put this away. Want me to take that?
Well, this is Tory there, I'm banging into my wife behind me is MHA for
the beautiful district of Cape St. Francis.
And one of the most, I feel, honest, down-to-earth people that have ever walked into the House of Representatives. And if he would, I say if he was at a gathering in his riding that would have 2,500 people, Kevin is one of those individuals that would know all 2,500. Kevin, that says a lot for you.
Yeah, you know what? I live in a wicked district. I'm very fortunate to have 5 towns: Luggy Bay, Middle Cove, Outer Cove, Tory Bay, Pooch Cove, Flat Rock and Balleen, and I got great people in those communities that help me all along the way. So I live in a wicked district and a good PC district. It's been the only PC district in the province since Confederation. And if I ever did lose to down there, I think my dad and Jack Byrne will come back and haunt me. So I got a lot of pressure on me there. Gord, a lot of pressure.
I think personally that if there was one riding, if somebody asked me, there are probably 3 or 4 that I would be comfortable with. But I'll tell you the truth, Kevin Parsons wouldn't be one of them. Kevin Pollard there, the guy from Springdale. I want to say hello to you, Kevin, as well.
Oh, Kevin Pollard, yeah. Myself and Kevin got elected at the one time in August 27 in 2008. 2 of us were in a by-election, and myself and Kevin won that night. The 2 Kevins was the headlines the next morning. He's a good guy.
And Kevin, yourself, you've done a lot of work, and there's been lows since 2015 where the party wasn't wiped out, but it appeared to go low.
Yeah.
Here we won the by-election in Mount Pearl North, and here knocked off heavyweight that had vied for the leadership and had vied for MHA. So. Yourself,
yeah, this was a big win, Gord. This was a huge win. I, along with most of my caucus members, we knocked on doors with Chess, and I'll give Chess full credit. Every day he was out there, and I know he switched hands halfway through the campaign because of the knocking on the door. One hand got sore, but we were all out helping him. And at the doors, people want change. People are looking for an alternative. The biggest issue that I found in this
whole election was taxes. And people are finding it very, very hard. I had parents ask me, what are we going to be doing for their young children, and how are they going to be staying in this province? And we need to have that alternative. And I think Jess Crosbie is going to bring that to the House of Assembly, and he'll bring that alternative that people will have a good choice in the next general election.
Well, I think personally too, we all look in the province, and I know from chatting with people throughout Newfoundland and Labrador, a lot of people look at Chess as a high academic. He's been a Rhodes Scholar, and you know what, he's been a renowned, lawyer, a very successful lawyer in Newfoundland and Labrador. However, it is people like you that I would think will keep Chess Crosbie. I'm sure you will bet for the Newfoundlanders and Labradorians, as well as assist Chess and somewhat mentor him in his new duties, which are going to be new to him.
We have a lot of experience in the House of Assembly. Keith Huthings has been there for a long while. Tracy Perry's been there for a long while. Dave Brazel, myself, Barry Petton, who was new to politics, but Barry's been at the political scene for a long while. Paul Davis was a fantastic leader. He's a fantastic guy. He does a great job in the House of Assembly, and I'm sure he'll continue to add his expertise, and we'll be best kind. And Jim Lester, he impressed me every day he got up in the House of Assembly. I think we got a good team. I think we got to build on the team. I'd like to reach out to people and say, listen, if you want to make a change in this province, come forward. We need good candidates for the next election. We need people to step up to the plate and say, I can make a difference, and they can. You don't need to be out in the public going mad all the time. I try to stay under the radar, but I get the job done. And that's all you got to do, is get the job done for your constituents.
You may stay under the radar, but there's no individual that has a better connect with the people than Kevin Parsons, who I'm talking to here tonight.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that, Gord. You know what? I got a good connection with the people because I got good people around me, and that makes the whole difference. I got 2 wonderful children, and now I got 2 beautiful grandchildren, and my life is like you wouldn't believe it. Top of the world. Anyway, Gord, thank you for this. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, and all the best in going forward with your new team and new leadership.
Okay, thanks, Gord.
Okay.
What's up, bud?
Very good.
Barry. You know you're right when you meet him. Oh my God.
Another great individual here that I've gotten to know in the past number of years. Obviously, he won in 2015 under very challenging times when it looked to be appeared to be a Liberal sweep throughout the province. Barry Petton, I'm talking to here. Barry is, I think, this is his first time in the House of Assembly. Represents Conception Bay South, Barry.
Yep.
So anyway, Barry, got to be a proud night here for you with supporting Chess Crosbie right from the leadership and on in here tonight, and see him being the newest member going into the House of Assembly.
Oh yeah. Yes, absolutely, Gord. It is a great night for us as a party. It was a tight race, and we know what was at stake. But to have your leader in the House Assembly is huge, and I did support Chess from the beginning through leadership, and I've seen something in him. I think the rest of Windsor Lake seen tonight too, as they showed tonight that Chess is an interesting individual, but he brings a lot of quality characteristics that I think is good for our party, and the people of Windsor Lake will be very proud, I think, to have him as the representative, and hopefully the people in this province will see the value of Chess Crosbie as our leader and hopefully our future premier.
Well, what I like too was Barry, and you were one of them here regularly that supported Chess and out pounding on the doors, no matter the weather, and the success of a campaign a lot of the time comes from a team, Barry, and you seem to me to be a very strong team player, Barry.
Yeah, well, Gord, that's correct. I mean, this don't happen by one individual. Don't do this. This is done by a group of individuals, and there's a lot of people in this room here tonight deserve a lot of credit. They were committed, right from Lloyd Power, who ran the campaign, he cheered the campaign, but everybody, our caucus, campaign volunteers, you name it. I mean, everyone stepped up, and I feel that in the last week and a half, you felt a lot of momentum in the campaign. As people knew the urgency of winning this election. They didn't want this. They didn't want it to slip away. They knew we could win it. And hats off to everyone in this room. It was a great team effort, and the results showed tonight. It was close, but
anyway,
we pulled it
Barry,
out.
you're only a year away from the campaign. Not sure Barry Petton will be pounding on his own doors come 14 months' time. I would think so.
Absolutely. I don't right now tonight. I'm not looking forward to it, but give me a few weeks to rest up, and I'll be back at it, no doubt. Yeah, look forward to it.
Thanks for the interview, Barry, and enjoy your night and enjoy the next year and getting ready for November of 2019.
Thanks, Gord.
She got back to I said, that kind of different for me. I said, well done.
Anyway, folks, I want to thank you all for tuning in to Gordcast here. Lloyd there? Yeah, I'm going to see, can I get the campaign manager for Chess? It's been, I guess, a challenging night, an anxious night, and I think it's maybe the beginning of a Newfoundland and Labrador. And I'm going to, okay, I'm going to have,
I'm fine, you can see that. When we're putting that out. You ask me tough questions or what? Just like that?
Alongside of me, folks. Since I moved to St. John's, I've gotten to know before this by-election, I got to know a lot of people that are involved in politics. And there's none that I would have more respect for than Lloyd Power. Because I see how he brings, the amount of work he brings to, and dedication to the sport. He was long time president of softball Newfoundland and Labrador. I was aware of his success at that. I was also aware that he was working with Progressive Conservative Party in the House. Here this time, he was the campaign manager for Chess Crosbie, which is a very well, I think Chess knows what the hard work is. So Lloyd, I think Lloyd, it's got to be a proud moment here for you tonight, Lloyd.
Yeah, it's a sweet victory, huge victory, and certainly it took. Starts with the candidate. We have a great candidate that has great leadership abilities, and we have a great team around us. So this is really a team victory tonight. It was a hard-fought battle, so I have to acknowledge the NDP candidate, the Liberal candidate, and the Liberal Party and the NDP Party. They did an amazing job, and at the end of the day, you put everything on the line, and we did that. And we're just happy it worked out to our favour tonight. And we believe that Chess could be a great premier, and we're getting ready for next election starting tonight.
I know Lloyd yourself, and I know this is the night for Chess Crosbie, and I guess the people of Windsor. Yourself going forward, Lloyd, I think you have a lot to offer to the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. Would you ever consider, yourself,
Yes, absolutely. I think a lot of that got to do with leadership, and obviously we have a great leader right now. So I think Chess is going to bring a lot of good candidates to the game next time around, and certainly something I'll be considering for sure.
Well, Lloyd, you know, we're only 14 months away from the provincial general election. You know, never in the history of Newfoundland and Labrador has a party get booted out basically after a 4-year term. I think the feeling is getting growing amongst the Conservative Party of Newfoundland and Labrador that 2019 that there could be a change of government here in the province.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think this victory tonight propels Chess into a different light. And I believe it's not about what the Liberals are not doing. I think it's what the PCs can do, and I think that starts with the leadership of Tres Crosbie and the candidates he can bring to the table. And we're going to be ready next election. We're going to be ready for battle.
I want to
Is that Lamb?
Another guy that done tremendous work here for the campaign, Tres Crosbie's campaign, and again, Lloyd, on behalf of, I guess, of the Progressive Conservative Party of Newfoundland and Labrador, I personally want to thank you, because I think the by-election in Mount Pearl North, now with the by-election in Windsor Lake, I think this is a sign of times the people of Newfoundland and Labrador are just not satisfied with the Newfoundland and Labrador Liberal government.
I totally agree, and I think when Chess gets in the House of Assembly as the PC leader and hold Lloyd Power to account in question period, and he's going to prove and show what he can do as a potential premier, and we're 100% behind him, and we're ready for it. And the next 12 months is going to be probably one of the most interesting 12-month period in the history of Newfoundland and Labrador, and our party has a chance to make history and announce the first-term government which we need to do.
Well, again, guys, we're tuning in to Gord here. Right now, we're interviewing Lloyd Power. Remember the name, Lloyd Power. He's campaign manager for Chess Crosbie in the by-election. Done a fantastic job. Win or lose, I knew that he was to give it his all, and he gave it his all. And he know the game very well. And again, Lloyd, you've done a great job. Enjoy the moment, and I expect more to come from Lloyd Power in the future for the Progressive Conservative Party of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Well, thank you very much. I'm most excited about taking my 2 girls to supper on Saturday night at the Keg. So that's my focus right now.
Well, good for you, Lloyd. I know your daughters mean a lot to you. You always talk to me about your daughters. So anyway, in going forward, I want to wish you, your family, and whatever endeavors that you choose to challenge. I wish you the best, and I know that I feel that you have a lot of potential.
Thanks, Gord. Appreciate it.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. He's like the press. He's like CNN. Listen, you gonna get a drink, guys?
Okay, folks. Again, you're tuning in to Gordcast for the last time. Anyway, I want to thank you all for joining in. This Gordcast live streaming from the Progressive Conservative headquarters on the Major's Pat, where we had Chess Crosbie defeating strong candidate from the Liberals, Paul Ettle, and a young candidate from the NDP party, Neil, who basically made, I guess, tremendous strides as an individual and for herself in this by-election. But again, I want to thank you all for joining in. And here alongside of me, I want to right holding my battery pack here. I have myself and my wife. She's been there on side of me the whole time, and my Gordcast can't operate without a Mrs. Gordcast. Beside every good man, there's a good woman. So I want to thank you all for joining in. I hope you enjoyed the Gordcast, the by-election, as the results came in. They were slow at the end, but you know what? That made for a great evening. Again, I want to thank you all for your complimentary remarks. And again, so any words, Alison?
No, just glad that the end result was what it was. Yeah, a lot of hard work, a lot of people.
I think the end result is good for Newfoundland and Labrador. I think you put Chess Crosbie at the First Minister's Conference, I think he can deal with the best of the premiers in all of Newfoundland and Labrador and our own Prime Minister. I just think we've been yes here too often with the 7 MPs, as long with the current Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador, no equalisation payments, for example, and I just don't think that we've got just treatment. And I can think Jess Crosbie will hold their feet to a grindstone once I think 2019 comes, because I do honestly convinced that he will be the next Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador. Thank you kindly. Thank you.
Let me have a say.
Okay.
When you look at the amount of work and dedication and digging in that the people in this building did to get Chess elected, it's amazing. Like it's you can see teamwork at its finest, and I'm a big supporter of teamwork in any aspect of life, and this is teamwork at its finest.
It takes a lot of work, and you saw it here.
I did.
And like you say, the caucus were totally behind him, and I really think a sign of the times will be the next 15, 16 months in Newfoundland and Labrador to see what happens in November of 2019 when you have a provincial general election.
Oh yeah, another one.
Anyway, thanks. Thank you all for joining in, and I hope you enjoyed the evening. And again, we have Jess Crosbie now proclaimed the next MHA for Windsor Lake. Thank you so much, and it finally was yes for Jess. Thank you.